Hey, nice rage bait. Thank you. I appreciate you. Jugmeat did Jack all but keep Tree Do in power. Tree Do. Who's Tree Do? Is that somebody I should know?
Are you voting liberal again?
Hey, who's this? John! It's John! Am I voting liberal? No, I'm not voting liberal.
So what are you voting?
NDP.
Why?
Because they're the best party for working people?
Yeah, but he's gonna lose his seat, bud.
Maybe. Does that mean that they're not the best party for working people?
If he doesn't have a seat, how is he gonna represent anybody?
You're still not answering the question. Like I'm just telling you which party I think is the best for working people. It's not about you know.
How do you consider that's the
It,
best
his
party?
seat is not in my area, right? So I'm voting for the NDP candidate in my area.
Yeah, but if there's no seats for them to represent, then technically, like he won't have much say in the matter.
I don't understand how that's an argument.
Like if he's gonna lose his seat, then how
Yeah.
can he actually be official?
Well, I mean, if
Have,
he loses his seat, then he probably wouldn't be the leader anymore. The NDP, I
yeah,
think,
but
would probably get a new leader.
yeah, but wouldn't that seat go to a by-election then?
John, do you know how elections work?
Yes, but
Oh no, I don't think you do. Not if you think that it's
yeah.
going to go to a by-election if he loses his seat in the general election.
So would they have another referendum for him?
John, what are
Like
you talking about?
no, sorry, I didn't mean it that way. Would they have a like a leaders debate for him
They would
too?
probably have a leadership contest. Yeah, yeah, no,
That's
for
what I
sure.
meant.
Yeah, yeah, no, okay. You
That's what I
you
meant.
had me
Sorry about that.
confused there, John.
Sorry about that. That's what I meant.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure they would. That's what I was saying. Yeah, if he loses his seat, which I don't even know if that's gonna happen, right? Then yeah, that's what they would do.
You think saying is the you think saying should be replaced by somebody else?
No, I I I think I think the NDP under Jagmeet Singh has accomplished more for Canadians than the Conservatives or the Liberals over the last 30 years.
I I think Jack Layton, if he would have been still alive, then that would have been a better choice.
Why is that?
I think Jack Layton would have led farther than what Sang would have led.
But why? Why do you think that?
Jack Layton was more for the people, like, and Sang is not so much for the people. What
Why
Jack
isn't he
Layton,
for the people?
he doesn't seem that type of person. Like he's in it for all himself.
He's more for the people, I think, than Jack Layton was. Jack Layton won a bunch of seats, but he never got anything really done.
But he was technically the official opposition at that time.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything if you don't get anything done, right? Like Jagmeet Singh, the NDP under Jagmeet Singh has gotten us pharmacare, dental care, child care, anti-scab legislation. They almost got us a law that would have broken up monopolies in this country, which is one of the biggest problems that we face. Like we pay the highest telecom bills in like the
I
world.
agree with that 100%.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like that is nonsense. Like why we're paying even more than even Mexico for
Yep,
crying out loud.
yep. And I mean, who's the only person that put forward a bill to break up monopolies? Jagmeet Singh, right? Because he cares about regular working people and pushes policies and
Could like
such that will help working
like could
folks.
like you think like Sprint and all those guys and AT&T could come in this area? If,
Well, I would much rather we create new Canadian companies than import ones from the U.S. I don't think that we should be having to do anything to do with the U.S. anymore.
yeah, so like say if we had our own like say like if there was like Execulink
Bombocat!
or something like that coming in there.
Yeah, no, like more is better, right? than just having a monopoly that can kind of just set the prices at whatever they want. That's why we have such high prices, right? Or like a national telecom might even be even better. They have SaskTel in Saskatchewan, like they have their own provincial one, and it's
what
quite
was
good
that?
from what I heard.
What was that one way back in the 90s? You remember that one?
Ooh, which like Nortel? You mean?
Yeah, I think it was Nortel at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever caused that to break up?
Just changing markets. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really studied it. Did I go to Botwood High? I don't even know what that is. We have Telesat. Put that in and ditch Starlink. Yeah, no, we need to get rid of Starlink. Although that's the internet that we're using right now to have this conversation.
So what is your prediction? What is your prediction right now? The outcome of it, all of this.
Of the election?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got 18 days to go, to be honest. But it's looking like the Liberals are going to win at least a minority government.
So what's the point of then even going to an election?
Well, I mean, the people were begging for an election. Right?
Yeah. But they want an election, but if you're either going to have another minority,
and I mean, well, I mean, he's not a soothsayer, right? He can't look into the future and see what the outcome's going to be. The Liberals have an 84 or 87% chance of winning a majority government right now, right? So,
but would you want that though?
I'm not a big fan of majority governments. I'm much more in favor of minority governments. But I think whether we have a minority conservative or a minority liberal government, nothing's going to get done because
if it was a conservative government, you already know what the outcome's going to be on that.
Yeah, I know we're going to be even more fucked.
No, we would be in an election almost every year right away again.
Not right away, but yeah, they probably wouldn't last more than 2 years.
Like the other parties would automatically overthrow that party.
I don't think they would automatically do it. I think that they would allow them to try to govern for a little bit. Yeah, we had minority conservative governments under Stephen Harper for the majority of the time that he was in power. Right? He only had a majority government for 4 years.
Yep. Excuse me.
So it depends on what they're trying to do, right? It just means that they're not going to automatically pass any legislation that the conservatives propose, right? Like the legislation, if they were to propose it, needs to actually be good and pass the sniff test.
So right now with the Liberal Party right now, say like if they get a minority or majority, so would they sit for the summer then?
Yeah. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure as soon as the election's over, they're gonna be looking to. Or
would they take a summer? Would they already take a summer recess again?
I don't know. I'm not inside of their brain. I don't know.
No, like they normally take a summer break, don't they?
Do they? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, like they did last year. So
yeah, maybe. Yeah, you could be right.
Because the thing is that like they just had an election, now you're going to take a summer break. Like,
I mean, one would hope that they would go back to work for a little bit beforehand. I mean, it's not summer right away. It's still April, May. We have May, and then
Bomba.
So, guess we'd have to. I guess we can only see what happens.
Like, yeah, the table can turn very quickly in the next 2 weeks, though.
Yeah. Well, no, for sure. And I mean, 2 months ago, the polls, the exact same polls that are showing the Liberals winning now, was showing the Conservatives had a 99% chance to win, right? And at the time, I was telling people, like, polls change quickly.
That's the thing, though. Like, over Easter weekend, there will be a lot of decisions made over the dinner table.
Maybe, yeah. I don't really make my decisions that way, but
But what I'm saying is running right over Easter, so like a lot of people get together with their families, so that's where a lot of decisions will be made.
I know that the Conservatives right now, they're mostly popular with the youngest age group, which is the age group that doesn't vote. So I guess we'll kind of have to wait and see what happens, right? Because with the older age groups, it's all the Liberals are more popular in the older age groups.
Yeah, but they're with the boomers. The boomers are the ones.
Yeah, boomers, Gen X. People 35 and older, the Liberals are more popular with right now. That's not just boomers, right? That's millennials too.
So what group are you? What
I'm
group
41, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it will be an interesting way, like how things are going to turn out. So, either or.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball, right? So I can't really exactly tell you, but I can tell you that aggregate polling tends to be pretty accurate, and the aggregate polling at this time is saying that we're going to have a Liberal government again, right? That's what we do, is we just keep red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Sorry?
We cannot afford to have another Liberal government again.
Why?
Because they screwed us for the 9 years what they were.
How? How'd they do that?
Because we cannot have again a Sang and him partnering up again.
Well, if the NDP isn't, if they are down to 8 to 10 seats, they're not going to be able to do another supply and confidence agreement. And I mean, if the Liberals win a majority government, they won't need to team up with anybody, right? That's the way that works.
But you can you see what's their faces, the People's Party actually getting anything?
The PPC?
Yeah, PPC.
No, I think the PPC, all the PPC people are voting Conservative this time around. Their support has really tanked ever since Pierre Poilievre got in charge. Because he's basically one of them, right? He's one of those far right libertarian, kind of kooky conservative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, PPC is not serious. I don't even think they have a cohesive platform, right? I think each individual person's totally
a lot of
different.
people, there was big rallies the last election, but the thing is they didn't even gain a seat. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, we have an undemocratic voting system, but nobody in the establishment has any interest in changing that, right, to a more democratic system, like mixed member proportional representation, for example.
Yeah, but the thing is that needs to be overhauled majorly.
Yeah, how are we going to do that? Do you think the Conservatives are going to do that when they benefit from it? Do you think the Liberals are going to do that when they benefit from it?
Yeah, because the Liberals get a big funding from the CBC, they fund the CBC like crazy.
So when Harper was in, was he funding the CBC like crazy, and it was a conservative outlet?
I cannot elaborate. I would not know on that one. I cannot elaborate on that.
Well, use logic, my dude.
No, I don't know.
It's not your argument's not logical, is what I'm saying.
No, what I mean is I don't know about that. That was before my era.
How old are you?
I am 48.
That's not before your era. What do you mean?
At that time I didn't follow politics that much. So.
Okay, well, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, me problem.
That's not before your time, dude. That was happening while you were
I didn't care.
Fully grown man.
At that time, I didn't care for politics so much, what I do now. So yeah.
All right. Well, I do appreciate you coming up, I guess. I don't know. I thought I had somebody else that wanted to come up. I would love to. I would love somebody else to come up and have a conversation. I don't feel like you have any arguments that I need to address or anything. Yours just seems like just like rhetoric or whatever, right? So
No, I don't have no point to argue with you. So.
no, that's what I mean. Yeah, yours is just like, oh, I'm voting this way because whatever. But yeah, that's fine. Hudson looks like he's 15, probably. That seems to be who's supporting the Conservatives right now, because
So what is like
they're going against the grain.
Like, what is that New Blue all about? Like, do you know anything about those guys?
New Blue, that's only in Ontario.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like an alternative to the Conservative Party. They're more far right than the Conservative Party.
Okay.
The Conservative Party is like center right. I mean, depending, they're going a little bit more far right with the stopping immigration, stop all mass immigration. Gotta hate immigrants rhetoric. So
Are you for immigrants though, or
yeah,
no?
oh yeah, for sure. I wouldn't exist without immigrants.
Why would you say that?
Because my family immigrated to Canada.
What era?
Well, my great grandparents came from England. My mom's from the U.S.
So they many generations ago.
Like my great grandparents, that's like 2.
Okay.
I still wouldn't exist without immigration, right? From another country. I see. The problem is that I'm white, so nobody cares about that, right?
Yeah.
It's only the non-white immigrants that people have a problem with because people are racist.
But you think it was way too much they took in the last time, though?
No, I don't think so. Do you know how much? Oh, well, no, you don't because you don't pay attention. But the immigration levels haven't gone below 300,000 a year since the year 2000.
Yeah, but we took in 500,000.
So sorry,
we took in 500,000 last year.
474,000, yeah, but it hasn't dipped below 300,000 since the year 2000. So that's not much of an increase.
We did not have the infrastructure to take all those people.
How so?
There was not enough housing for them all.
Do you think that these people are buying houses? Or are they staying in basement apartments 2 or 3 at a time?
They were put into hotels by the Liberal government.
Dude, no, fuck. No. Where do you get your information from?
That's because companies.
Where do you get your information from, John?
Companies getting 75% in.
Where do you get your information from? Answer me.
From the same source where you get your information from.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Where do you get your information from?
I get it from Google, the same source from where you get it.
No. What, like, news outlet or source do you get your information from? Google is not like a news source.
Rebel News.
Rebel News. There we go. So that's your problem: is you listen to far right wing propaganda, and that's where
you think the CBC.
You know, Rebel News isn't. They can't even legally call themselves news because there's so little factual content.
More so than the CBC.
How?
The CBC is all corrupted.
How?
The CBC will only broadcast what in their favor. I know that for a fact.
They what?
The CBC will only broadcast what they want to broadcast.
The CBC broadcasts criticisms of the Liberals all the time. And the point where Pierre Poilievre uses it as a source.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
because my brother was
John.
Okay,
John. I think we've discovered that you actually know nothing about what you're talking about.
My brother was.
And continuing this conversation is an exercise in futility. There, you don't understand anything.
My
You
brother
only
was in
started paying
Ottawa
attention to
when
politics,
when
what, like 2 years ago?
My brother was in Ottawa when this.
John,
Okay.
I think our conversation's done, John.
Okay, you're making these fart noises. What's the point?
I'm not
in that?
doing anything. That's not me.
Then who's doing it?
Whoever's sending gifts, I don't know. They probably don't want to listen to you talk. I don't
They
blame
probably
them.
do want to listen to me talk.
No, I think that's why they're sending fart noises. Because they don't want to listen to you talk because you don't know what you're talking about. Sorry?
Because that's how they support your platform.
Yeah, no, see, and as soon as I said that, now they're sending even more because they're really not interested in hearing what you have to say, John, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Because they're giving you
I'm sure you're a nice enough guy, but you're very low information. Do you know what that means?
Maybe have more information than you do.
No, I don't think
Because you
so.
vote
I
for
mean,
an
yeah,
idiot.
you might read Rebel News more than I do, but that doesn't mean that you have more information. It means that you have more lies that you've
that
read.
platform has a lot more logic than your platform is.
What's logical about anything that you've said?
What I said?
Yeah, what's logical about anything that you've said?
I don't vote for a corrupted party like you do.
What?
Your party is all both the NDP and the Liberals are corrupted parties.
How?
So
How?
how?
John, do you understand the idea of like backing up your claims? Like when you make a claim,
So you would support
you use information to
technically
back
steal
it up.
You would technically support a party what steals from the people.
Steals what?
Money.
How?
How? Like you support the Liberals and the NDP.
Oh, I support the NDP, not the Liberals. I'm not a liberal.
And you say the NDP will never get in.
I never said that.
What did the NDP do for Ontario when they were in power? Nothing.
They reduced the deficit every year.
No,
They did.
actually bankrupt almost.
Okay,
Ontario
John, I'm going to need you to shut up for a minute, and I'm going to actually pull up the chart. Ontario debt premiers.
Oh la la! Oh, king in the castle, king in the castle. Have a chair, I have a chair.
Hey, thank you for the
Oh,
little
go do this,
crown.
go do this.
That also
King in
has a
the
sound
castle.
attached to it. Hey, the confetti has a really funny video attached to it. By the way, just so y'all know. Fraser Institute. Here we go. Fraser, are you familiar with the Fraser Institute? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Okay, so they're a right wing think tank. Correct? Yes, no, maybe so. Oh, where is this? I need the chart. Here we go. This is it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. All right, let me pull this up for y'all. Oh, John. Oh, John. So what while I'm pulling this up, I want you to tell me what you think that the NDP did.
I'm in danger.
Shit. What is it that you think?
Any questions for me?
Can I fart real quick or no?
It's a free country, dude.
So what is it that you think that the NDP did in Ontario?
They killed jobs at that time.
Sorry?
They killed all the jobs at that time.
How'd they kill the jobs? What do you mean by that?
There was lack of jobs in the 90s.
What happened in the early 90s?
Basically, if you were...
Oh, no. Well, you weren't paying attention then. You told me so.
Most of the people didn't have a job at that time.
most people didn't have a job, so more than 50% of people did not have a job. Unemployment was over 50%.
Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting, John. So here's the NDP. This is Bob Rae, okay? And so look at this. See? Do you see that? The deficit coming down every year. Do you see that? Do you see that, John? This is from a right-wing source, the Fraser Institute. Do you see that deficit coming down every year, John? After the PCs, the Conservative Party brought it up, the NDP brought it down year after year. Do you see that, John?
Not by much.
John. You're so intellectually dishonest.
Like you.
What?
Like you.
How?
You're very dishonest too.
No, I said you're intellectually dishonest. Do you know what that means?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm sure you do, John. Anyways, I think this conversation's
Reason I am
over.
not smart,
This is honestly an exercise in futility. So, to be honest, because you have your ideas of how you think things work. You even admitted you haven't been paying attention to politics. So I mean, even when presented with evidence, you can't even admit that you were wrong. So I mean, I think this conversation is over. It's an exercise in futility. But I do appreciate you coming up and giving your perspective on things, even though it was silly and factless.